Well, let me tell you something, brother.
Snort, snort, snort.
Code drip.
Snort, snort.
I got the drip. Go.
All right, how do I send you a link? I know how to send the link, I guess, on Twitter. On Twitter. I have the headset. Let's go. I use Zoom because it actually works and is fucking stable. Installing updates. Do not close this window. Yeah, I'm getting them on. I'm waiting. Zoom, I guess, has to update because everything has to update. There's not a... Even my MPC had fucking bunch of fucking... A lot of updates, too. I already have my mic down. Let me get a link. Oh, it's so easy. If it works right. Let me make sure my audio is set up first so we're not doing the same shit that Keemstar was just doing. Yes, it is. Test speakers. Yep, everything is working perfectly. Why did I say that like that? This has nothing to do with Keemstar. Oh, it's X now. Excuse me. X.com. Oh. Whoa. Why is there breasts? It's good thing I put this on this screen. All right. All right. Link is sent. Listen, change your site to X. Also, watch X videos porn. Show everyone your porn history. Be a man. Who? I'm guessing this is Mundane Matt. Unless I just got trolled or something. Melissa Sampson?
Yeah, I'm trying to get that off the thing. It's my girlfriend. Try not to. I don't use Zoom, so there you go.
Oh, well, you just doxed yourself.
Well, you did, or did it pop up on screen? I can't tell.
It popped up on the screen.
Yeah,
it was on the screen cap screen. There was nothing I could do.
No, I don't know. I don't use Zoom. I logged out, but it's still in there, I guess.
Listen, zoom into my ass with a lens. What's going on, man? How you been?
I've been good, man. I've been working. I got a new job. Well, I'm 7 months into the job and fucking rocking it, man. I like what I do.
Good for you.
I drive a shuttle bus, Rich. I drive people around.
Do you?
Yeah.
I'm sure you got some interesting stories from that.
Not really. It's mostly just like older people and some families. We're doing a lot of cruise stuff right now because we have a cruise port here in Seattle. So I just do a lot of back and forth on that. But I've gone to Alaska so many times, I'm able to kind of like act as a tour guide as I'm giving the families rides. So yeah, it's pretty fun. I kind of went like full normie. It's kind of interesting. I don't even know what's going on with like Locale Live, to be fair.
Yeah, well, I was watching it and I didn't really know what was going on, and my audience is watching it and they're not stoned, most of them anyway, and they didn't know what was going on. That's why we stopped watching. Boogie started gyrating in a chair. Keemstar looks like Macho Man Randy Savage praying, and Wings was like jumping up and down on a dildo. That's when I was like, you know what? It's time for Mundane Matt to come on.
I mean, could you be? To be fair, I think I would be far more interesting than any of that. I mean, like, look, I will be fair. I don't know anything about Wings of Redemption. I have no knowledge of Geordie.
I will say this, and Keemstar is like usually when he's with Boogie and Wings, it actually makes it more entertaining. This one though just kind of went off the rails and was like, I don't know, it was just weird. It's just.
I think when you start getting together a whole bunch of YouTubers to do like a random thing podcast, it's going to devolve into the weird because that's the only way to make it sustainable. right? Because Boogie is boring. Let's be fair. I've known Boogie for years. I like Boogie, but he's boring as shit. He's more boring than me. You know, that gee golly shucks, guys. Oh my goodness, let me tell you about how gaming is. Oh,
I don't think he's
that.
boring. I think what it was is that people people thought he was the Mr. Rogers of YouTube, and he's a human fucking being, shockingly.
No, that's very true. He is a human being. He's just like, ever since the Frank Hassel thing, I think like he's been in this weird rut. You know, he doesn't know who he is. And that happens to a lot of content creators, to be fair, right? You spend 14, 15 years in the shit, if you will. And then all of a sudden it's like you kind of hit middle age,
relate.
right? Because I think you're a little older than me. I'm 42.
I'm 42 as well.
Okay, so yeah, we're the same age, right? But we've both been in this for a while, varying degrees of success, some more than others, right? But it's still at the same time, right? It's like we've been in this for a while. We know how shitty it is.
Yeah, there's good sides and really fucking bad sides. That's the accurate best way to say it.
Sure. Yeah. No, the highs are high and the lows are low.
The lows are fucking real low.
The lows are real low. You know what I mean? Like, oh wait, a lot of people know what I mean.
Thank you, Juicy Booch. Continue. Sorry, man.
No, it's all good. I see you gotta do your thing, man. Make your money. I just think it's fucking hysterical now. I watch a lot of this shit from the sidelines. I don't give a fuck anymore. I don't give a shit, right? Like, you know, someone the other day was like asking me why I haven't like gone after you for the whole verdict thing, because they still bring that up. It's been what, 8 years now?
Yeah, Jesus Christ.
Right? It's been 8 years, and they're just like, why aren't you mad at Rich? I'm like, because it was a fucking weird project to begin with. We never really discussed the details. We kind of jumped in head first.
Yeah, there was no details.
Foul.
Yeah, there was no detail. Well, dude, they're just like, that's the thing. Like, they're trying to. Someone got into my fucking. I saw where it was from too, and I have the screen. Someone got into my Dropbox, and my kid's mom, her older daughters, when they got new phones, they would save the stuff to the Dropbox. Someone tried to flip that into I had teenage girls' pictures.
Oh yeah. You know? Well, you know, let me I guess so. Let me use an example that a lot of people will relate to, especially those of us who've been around longer than 10 years. Remember August of 2014, right before the events of Gamergate, there was a little event known as the Fappening. Same exact fucking thing.
The Fappening.
Remember the Fappening? All the celebrity you don't remember that?
Yes, right? Yes, absolutely. Yeah. Now I do.
The Fappening being the greatest fucking controversy name of all time. It's the funniest goddamn name. I mean, I feel bad for everyone involved, but I just love that fucking name. The thing you have to remember about that is it literally was people being able to catfish their way into these Google Drives, right? Or these iCloud accounts.
I think it was iCloud.
It was mostly iCloud. But you got to remember as well, it's like when you take a photo on your phone, especially if you have an Android device that's tied into Google and you have a Google account that's signed in, all of your photos and videos will get uploaded to your account without your knowledge. They just automatically
they were just talking about this.
Yeah.
Wasn't there someone, like, I think it was Apple, that was flagging photos they thought that were like inappropriate?
Yeah, they went over. Yeah, and they were just like kids' photo, like parents' photos of their children and shit. Like, I am so fucking anal about that, dude. Like, I don't take photos of my kids in swimsuits. None of that shit. You know, like, because there's parents that are just like, you know, like, oh, picture. You remember how it was when we were kids? You know, it's like, oh, there's little Richie in the bath. You know, you can see his bum, right? And everyone's like, oh,
and it's innocent,
so
you know. But now in 2024, it's like,
now it's like you do that. Even like, oh, just my kids are just playing in the bathtub. It's a simple little photo, and some fucking random coked out Karen from fucking Toronto is just gonna be like, it's child pornography. You're like, what the fuck you babbling about?
This just happened after what happened to me the other day. My kid's mom, she's like, her older daughter was going to the prom. She said, look, I got this dress for her. It was a great deal, and she sent me a picture of her. And I'm like, yeah, don't do that, Eddie, because now I don't. You know what I'm saying? Like,
no, I know exactly.
It's so fucking ridiculous. That's the part of this job that I hate. It's like, my kid's mom can't send me her daughter going to a prom in a prom dress because some fucking. And you know what bothered me about that too? That I said, you could look at the dates. Those pictures were never looked at by me. You get what I'm saying? So now these fucking perverts who broke into my account were digging through those to try to find something, which obviously they didn't, you know? So it's like you were going through these pictures of teenage girls' backup phones on my Dropbox. So who's the fucking weirdo?
The whole thing, I only kind of caught wind of it like after it happened because I don't like I'm friendly with Worski and PPP. After the whole Ralph shit from a couple years back, we just kind of whatever.
The enemy of my enemy is my friend. Yeah.
Well, it's more or less. It's mostly just like the people who came after me like the hardest 6 years ago. I'm largely copacetic with the vast majority of them, but I'm not their friends, and nor will I ever be their friends. It's mostly just like we exist in this space. I'm over here doing my thing. I'm so inconsequential now in so many ways. The YouTube algorithm hates my channel. I'm literally streaming over there to watch it die. Like legitimately, like the Calvin pissing on something meme. It's just me pissing on my channel. Like just burn through the subs, kill it. Well, let's slow burn this bitch. Because who gives a shit anymore? I don't fucking care. So it's like this entire world that we are in now, it's all like everyone's like fucking got to be an influencer, got to be on TikToks, got to be on Reels, YouTube Shorts and shit. Disinformation rules the roost. It always did, but now it's just amped up to 11.
Yeah, so, I know. And I may still do it I'll do like comedy shit though, which most of it'll get demonetized. So that's the financial incentive is not there.
Sure. I
people were like, you should do shorts, and their intentions were fun. But I'm just like, I'm watching people, and it's just they're talking about like, I feel like I'm in a boardroom meeting. Like, what the fuck happened to YouTube, dude?
Well, like, once YouTube became remember 13 is when they allowed anyone to become monetized.
Oh, that burnt my ass so bad.
Yeah.
Because it took me forever to become a partner.
That's why I was Mundane Matt. That's why, because that channel was created in 2009. And I got grandfathered in a little bit early on the monetization system. So when I needed to come up with something to be able to like do the shock jock bullshit I was doing back in the day, I was like, this channel is monetized. Fuck it. Like whatever. That's why I wasn't like, fucking like TurboCock 2897 or some shit like that. It was just some stupid fucking account that I had on the back burner. But doesn't say that. I see here we got Mrs. Sparkles. It says watch Matt's going to be the new turned locale. They will not have me on there because I got nothing to fucking lose. I don't give a shit. I'll tell Boogie off. I have nothing against Jordy because I don't know him. And Keemstar wants to continue lying about the whole FBI situation over my swatting back in 2016. That I'll fucking tell them. I don't give a shit. What do they want? They want a show, put me on there. That's basically about it. They'll make money, I won't, but I'm not going to go in there and
that was my new rule after like they wanted me on. I think when Worski went on and some other people, I was on there a few times. I'm like, nah, you want to come and talk. It's not that I'm afraid to talk, but talk here. I'd rather profit off of it.
If I'm going to, the whole point though is like, I think after all these years now, people realize that I'm not afraid to talk and that I'm not afraid to throw down. I don't give it. I got nothing to hide. What are you going to say? You flag people? Oh no, it happened fucking 6 years ago. Holy fucking shit.
Well, you know what Worski's doing now. I was on his show back in the day, and Keemstar came on because he's fucking everywhere. And he's like, show your flagging history. I did. There was nothing there.
Oh, I remember that. And
even Andy Worski and whoever who was his co-host back then?
JF. Was it JF?
I don't know, it was really weird. Like they didn't show their faces. It was just like snowfall. And I remember
that was Geek Thulu, I think.
Whatever
there's so many. Like that's the thing.
Because they always end up hating each other. That's why.
The PPP Worski arc has lasted the longest, and they've even lived together. And I'm trying to figure out like, is it just that like I don't know. I don't get what's going on there. But I also don't watch and I don't engage with it. So it's kind of like whatever.
So yeah, like he's trying to Richard flagged so many. I'm like, dude, I was on your show and you and your co-host said, yeah, there was nothing there. Keemstar tried to make it like it was because I flagged people back in like 2009 because they were like going after some like old man. and that was it. And there was nothing there. And even Andy Worski himself said it, that there was nothing there. I think what they thought I flagged memeology, and I didn't. That's what actually,
I mean, yeah, that happened.
That was when memeology and I became cool, because it showed that I didn't flag them. So
was, I mean, that's the whole thing though. A lot of people like thought that I flagged. And that was the funniest thing. People I've never heard of, people I've never interacted with, never anything, right? All of a sudden, all of these like bottom feeding cockroaches come out of the fucking woodworks, you know? And they're just all like, Mundane Matt flagged my channel. Like, who the fuck are you? Why the fuck would I care about you? That's the thing. These people are insignificants, in my opinion. And they've always been like that. I've never given a shit about any of them. The only reason why everything went down in 2018 the way it did was because I was like, I let Dame Pesos get under my skin. I did. I will fully admit that. I let Dame Pesos get under my skin.
Yeah, you did.
Right? Fucking absolutely did. Dame Pesos and I, we now follow each other on Twitter. We've talked a little bit. And now he's on a blocking spree. And everyone's calling him like transgender. He's trying to be transgender, or he's in love with the transgender woman, or I don't quite know. So they've turned on Dame, right? They've turned on him, and they're like, no, you're like, you know, you used to be great. Now you're just a bitch. And like, that's the whole fucking point. Like, when you engage in the blood sport shit, you know, and you have to do the sacrifice, blood for the blood god, you will eventually have them come for you.
Yeah, your blood will be spilt eventually, 100%. I was just talking about this today. Yeah.
Yeah, that's all it is. That's all.
I forgot who I was talking about. Outside of this shit, they're eventually gonna fucking. It's like dominoes, dude. It's like, look what's happened with Rakita.
Well, yeah, I did a stream and I said everyone gets canceled sooner or later, and I had an AI image of Rakita's mugshot on there. People are just like, well, he had drugs in his it's not getting canceled.
Slither, yeah, I mean, Slither donated $2. Oh, look.
The legal shit. We're laughing at him getting arrested with his wife and his side
on one stream.
With cocaine and drugs.
Matt,
and ketamine
do you have
and
a
guns.
spare bus driver hat
and apparently now malnourished children. I'm now learning
that. With the 200 and dropping viewers he has now,
you heard about that?
He might be joining you soon.
Like, I don't know. Like,
Slither.
Hold on. We're both getting roasted right now. Hold on.
Who's roasting?
Bye. I don't know. I saw the name. Obviously, I'm not going to say the name. I don't know if the name is actual or not. They said, oh, look, it's the two flagging fuck buddies from back in the day together on stream. Matt, do you have a spare bus pass hat for Rich's fat ass? With the 200 and dropping viewers he has now, he might be joining you soon. Slither, slither, slither.
Is this on Twitter or is this in the chat?
This is from Streamlabs. I actually know the name, too.
Oh, okay. I don't know who that is, right. But I mean, I guess you want to tell me privately and I will flag them? I don't know. I don't care. I'm not going to do it, but who gives a shit? Fuck these assholes. Get the fucking money. Take the fucking money. Cope and seethe and dilate, you fucking dilapidated bitch. This is the thing, Rich. This is what I've realized. Literally what I've realized. The friends I have, okay, this is the thing. People told me the other day, like, you should go after Rich. Right. And I'm like, I explained to them what happened. So if you don't know, Rich came to me when the flagging thing went down. And we had like an hour-long conversation, I think, about it. And people were asking you to make a video on me. And I told Rich the situation. We went through the whole thing and he chose not to do it. And I've always said that's something I really respected. I've always respected that about Rich. I've never, maybe we've joking criticized every once in a while, but I've never like disrespected or anything like that. Because I'm like, no, when Rich had the moment to completely kick me while I was down. And a lot of people who I thought were my friends completely kicked me while I was down. He didn't do it. And that's respect. That's respect. So I'm like,
yeah,
no,
there was something you wanted me to do, and I didn't want to do it, and you were pissed off at me, though, and I don't remember what it was.
I don't remember.
Booch, thank you.
I don't remember. It might have been something. I forget. It wasn't like related to like I needed you to do something for. I don't remember what it was. But it was a lot going on at the time, though, right? Like you want to hear the craziest true thing about back then? So everyone's on
actually, there's a super. So hey, Matt, I used to watch you and Rich a lot back in 2015 and 2016. Nice to hear from you.
Yeah, thank you, man. Yeah, I'm still alive, still kicking.
Let me just get. There's only a couple more.
Sure, do what you gotta do, man.
Hey, Rich, where do I go to become a member? That's a damn good question. Where the fuck do you go to become a member? There should be a link, I think, in the description. I think where else do you go? I don't know. People become member. Like Juicy Booch is dropping raining members on me right now. Thank you, by the way. It's like Domino's Pizza. Listen, I'm going to be a Domino's Pizza delivery driver.
You can make good money. They make up to $30 an hour on the weekends. So there you go. No, in my area, like literally, like Pizza Hut and Domino's are out advertising that for a while. Like, we need drivers on the weekends, and I'm all like, but I'm doing DoorDash. Like, I'm making. Maybe I should have gone and done that, but no. Now I drive somebody else's vehicle, use their gas, and get paid a lot more fucking money. So,
good for you, man. Dude, that's all that matters. If you're happy in the end.
Yeah, I mean, like I worked 5 days. I usually do 4 like 10 to 12 hour shifts, but I did like 5 days this week, and so I'm like fucking like exhausted. But the job's chill. It's super chill. Like, in my break, I did a live stream yesterday from the van. I just talked to my audience for about 45 minutes, made $40 in super chats, and then went back to work. You know, I snuck off to go see a movie.
It's kind of cool how that works out. It's like it's like a side hustle accessory. You know,
it is.
I mean?
No, and the thing is, like I've even gone like I've had like a 3-hour break before, and I'm like, I'm gonna go see a movie, and they're like, okay, be back. I'm like, all right, call me if there's a problem. And I went off and saw a movie. It's like the place is chill as shit. I love it. I honestly, I've been there 7 months. I love my job, so no plans on quitting. Would still love to do this more often and like still make it more of a thing. But it's not in the cards for right now, and I'm fine with that. I think people have to understand it's like, you know, look at how many YouTubers have fucking retired this year. I mean, granted, they've all had fucking money and shit. But did you watch any of that In Praise of Shadows video where he like went off for like 2.5 hours on conservative fucking horror films, I guess, or people?
No, I don't even know who the fuck that is.
Dude, that's a whole other, it's a whole thing. He went after Wendigoon, which is really like he did like a 35-minute piece on Wendigoon, like I think trying to label him like a transphobe or a racist or whatever. This dude's a bread tuber who does these like video essays and shit. And I'm trying to like watch his video, and he goes through this like 20-some minute segment where he's just reading negative comments that people have left on his videos. And I'm like, why are you doing that to yourself? Why are you torturing yourself?
I never, even before this. Yeah. What's up, Jesse? Even before this, New York is really fucking expensive, John. Yeah, I never looked at when I put up music, which I have stuff that's almost fucking done finally. When I look up music, I look at my comments because it's interesting to see what people say about that. But with YouTube videos, it's like I always tell people, it's like the Yelp fucking looking at reviews. The only people who put up like comments are usually complaints.
Yeah, pretty much.
So it's just how it is on even like on like ASMR videos and shit. Like it's just people.
Yeah. Well, weird. let me say here. I saw some comment they're trying to say like this conversation is showcasing that the walls are fucking closed. Now shut the fuck up. Like it ain't like that at all. All right. Rich has got a lot of people who like him. He's got a lot of people that listen, and they're going to be around. And you know what? He's got a better chance at reaching new people than I do. Right? He's got a better chance at reaching a new audience or trying to build that up than I do. So it's like fucking mind your business, stay in your lane, or fuck, I don't know, nut up, get a microphone, jump on, stream, and build an audience. Like, I mean, look, I'm like, I'll defend Rich here. You know, he busted his ass for fucking years to get up to the sub count that he has on his main channel.
Yeah,
right?
And I finally hit the 1 million mark thanks to Quantum TV. It's weird to say that.
It's weird. It's weird what does it. You know what I'm saying? Like, it's weird.
Yeah, almost. Yeah, almost getting a strike on my YouTube channel is what got me to 1 million.
There you go. I mean, there you go. It's you know, I mean, getting swatted in 2016 is what pushed me over 100,000. So you know, yay, I guess.
Yeah, that's exact. You're thinking this. I was like, yeah, I hit 1 million, and I almost lost my fucking YouTube channel. Yes.
Well, that's the thing is like the system itself is so volatile. You never know what's gonna work. You never know what's gonna bomb. What's gonna do whatever. But it's like I don't know. I mean, I know I kind of trailed off for a while. I know you were doing something with like DK Oldies. I don't even know what's going on with that.
My channel kind of sort of was on before my daughter got sick. My channel was kind of sort of on a tear.
Yeah.
But I knew myself that I wasn't in it. And when she got sick, that kind of was like the end of ReviewTechUSA. Like I knew it was done then. I just didn't say anything.
Yeah.
Like the DK Oldie stuff was doing very well. Everything was getting 6-figure views with that. And then it was just like, you know, life. What the fuck was it? You know, that's it. And
well, life gets in the way. I mean, like it's like I was you know, like back. Okay, so I went. So Gamergate summer 2014, right? 2015, 2016, I'm going full time. I cleared almost $70,000 in 2016 alone, which I thought was great. And then I thought 2017, I'm gonna fucking make 100 grand. So like my girlfriend and I, we bought a house, and then she's like quitting her job that pays 70,000 a year, and I'm thinking like I'm gonna, YouTube's gonna do it, and then the adpocalypse happens as I'm closing escrow on my house. Also, my girlfriend says, "Oh, BT Dubs, I'm pregnant." And so, yeah, right, yeah. So it's like, then okay, fine. 9 months later happened.
Thank you, Juicy Booch.
We're still recovering from the adpocalypse in the beginning of 2018. Do you remember everyone was kumbaya and shit the latter half of 2017? It was the most cohesive I'd ever seen YouTube. Like, people were legitimately just like, we're in this together. We have now formed a community. We're going to build each other up. And then you know who fucked it all up? Worski. Because Worski somehow got it in his brain that this guy named Kraut and T was running a doxing server, of which he wasn't. He was researching far-right individuals and cataloging information on a Discord, but that was meant only for research. And there was really not a lot of doxing information that wasn't publicly made available. You know what I mean?
When did Worski lose his mind? I don't always remember him being
the end of 2017.
Insane.
And because what it was is Worski was like doing Worski Live, and again, like, it was kind of this
lighting his nipple on fire.
That was after. That was him in 2018.
Okay, right.
And so, but in 2017, like, that was when we all went to VidCon. That was like when we went out there, kumbaya, all that shit. And then we're great until the end of the year. And then all of a sudden, Worski goes after Kraut. And that kind of caused people to draw a line in the sand. And I got drug into it because do you remember fucking Tonkasaw?
I remember fucking Medicare bodying him every time he went on a stream.
Tonkasaw and I were talking privately, like in a DM group, and he was raging over this Kraut thing, but I didn't know what it was. I had just woken up. You guys got to understand, I had like a 2-week-old daughter at this point in time. So I was doing the nighttime shift, and I was sleeping when I could. So I didn't know what was going on. And I just told him, hey, man, let it go. I was like, just let it the fuck go. I don't know what it is, but just let it go. And he got so triggered at me saying, let it go, that he drugged me into this and just started blasting me every day, all day on his show. It was the weirdest thing. It was the weirdest heel turn I'd ever seen.
For these guys, like, that's the thing I don't understand about these guys, is they always want to be tough and shit. They always talk about being tough and don't be a pussy, don't be sensitive. But they literally, factually, are the most sensitive men I ever met in my life.
They got all worked up because what it was is they realized during the holiday season, because you know how well the ads are in December. You know, that sometimes they can run the ads and they could, pretty much every December is still the best month out of the year for ad revenue. Unless you swear a lot, I guess. But
someone saying something. No, wait a minute, Matt. No, when you saw fucking Ralph's downfall, you must have had a boner.
You know what's weird, man, is I didn't. Not in the way that you think. Don't get me wrong. Schadenfreude had kicked in fucking hard. But I'm looking at this dude that's going through a lot of the same shit that I went through, even though he fucking facilitated a lot of it. And I'm watching him like lose his kid, and then fucking everything else, like, the fucking the revenge porn conviction in Virginia, having to flee to Mexico, having his second wife leave him while he's out of the country and run away with his daughter he hasn't seen in like 2 years. He, like, all of these things. And I look at him and I'm all like, you know what, man? It doesn't matter how low I am on my worst day. I have my house, I have my woman, I have my kids, and I still have my health. And regardless of anything else, I might be broke as shit. And believe me, for a while, I was. That Uber Eats don't pay shit. All right? Don't pay fucking enough. But I still have my family, and we were still working together. And now things are better. Right? But you just got to stick with it. You got to go with it. And that's the biggest problem, is that these people, it's like you get tied. Your self-worth gets tied to how many subs you have, how many like views you get, how much money you made. Right? And then people will then try to use that against you as a way to determine whether or not you have value. And they did this to me even before everything went down. They're like, oh, Mundane Matt, you're just fucking boring. Well, then don't fucking watch. But I'm still getting 2 million views a month. So some people fucking like me. You know
well,
what I mean?
You know, it was funny. Crowder did that when he got sideswiped by who came on his show. I'm trying to think who. H3. He was going to have a debate with H3. Sam Cedar.
That was a really funny bit. That was a really funny bit.
And he did. They're so obsessed with holy fuck. Well, I have more subs than you, Sam. It's like, what the fuck does that have to do with what the topic that you're debating about? But they're obsessed with that.
Well, that's because that's the only thing that they've got. It's like whenever I get into it with the chuds in regards to like movies, that is usually what they say. Well, if they're so wrong, why do they have so many people who follow them? Like, because idiots love company. And they don't know what the fuck they're talking about. And that's the biggest thing when it comes to mostly a lot of YouTubers, is that it's like they have opinions, fine, espouse them, but these aren't experts. And in many ways, a lot of them aren't expert. You know, and you can always tell the ones I'm talking about, the ones that are always like trying to be mad about something or over the top angry about something that you can tell deep down they don't know what the fuck they're talking about.
Yeah, they don't know shit.
Yeah,
and it's just they look for something to be angry about every single day, and you know what? It works. People love being pissed off. They say they don't. They say they hate drama, but
no, it gets their dick hard.
You know.
It fucking tingles it. Absolutely. By the way, to the chat. Hi, my name is Matt Jarbo.
Mundane Matt.
I used to go by Mundane Matt. I was canceled 6 years ago, but I'm still alive and kicking. Hope you're all having a swell evening. Give Rich all your money, please.
Jesus Christ.
Someone there says how much to make this call end. I don't know. Let's say $200. $200 and I'll leave. How about that shit? Let's bring it back, right? Let's meme it up a little bit.
I'm gonna drink my pineapple seltzer and say
Yeah.
nothing. Listen, build a size queen, revenge forced cream. Oh yeah, the forced cream pies with the quartering. Yeah, can't forget that one. Yeah, that was another banger. Keemstar has a sex shed, which that's just a joke. We have no idea.
I have no idea. Yeah,
what his shed is actually about, but he has this random shed, and we've dubbed it the sex shed. Juicy Booch is dropping another gifted membership. Thank you very much. Yeah, so it's. I mean, look. When it comes to Boogie and Wings and I'm glad to see the show is doing something for them. I know probably behind the scenes Keemstar's like, hey, let's keep stirring up drama. Hopefully they don't push the envelope too much to the point where someone's ass gets irreparably burned.
I mean, yeah, you have to be very careful about that. You know, and all things considered, they should pull from early Howard Stern. Because Howard Stern was definitely over the top, but he was engaging enough to keep people coming back for more.
Yeah, but would it work? Yeah, but now
Well,
they would just get fucking canceled.
I mean, well, if you're gonna go out there and be dropping like iDubbbz N-word F-slur moment and whatnot, then maybe. But you can get away a lot on YouTube, right? You can get away with a ton on this platform. In many ways, as long as you don't do it in the first 30 fucking seconds. Like legit.
Yeah, it's gotten better. It's not like 2016. I miss those days, but it's gotten better. It's nowhere near as bad as it was in 2017, where it was like if you said anything, every one of my videos for a while had a piss yellow $sign at least temporarily.
Dude, every one of mine all the time. We all had the same problem. And it was
insane.
It was insane because YouTube overreacted in regards. Did you ever learn, by the way, how much money that Chief Keef video actually made? Like, that was the fucking like straw that broke the camel's back, right?
No, I thought it was the whole PewDiePie shit.
No. The PewDiePie was the opening salvo. Then the Wall Street Journal came back with the kill shot. So here's what they did. So they came out with the PewDiePie supercut 90 seconds of all the dark internet humor that we all laugh at,
which they took out of context
completely.
Yeah.
And
fucking bullshit.
I know, right? But then there was the Chief Keef Alabama N-word video. Now the N-word was not censored in the video, and this was just a re-upload from some other guy who had just re-uploaded the song or did whatever with it. And then when the Wall Street Journal reporter found that video and they watched that video, they discovered that there were 3 pre-roll ads that had played. One was, I think, Starbucks. One was McDonald's. I forget what the third one was. And so they went out there and they were, they Karen'd this motherfucker up, right? YouTube runs ads alongside, racist videos or whatever the fuck it was. And that is what got them spooked. It was that. was the fact that this upload by some random user that had pre-roll ads on it was the big issue. Do you want to know how the video had 200,000 views? Okay, 200,000,
which is nothing in the scheme of things.
It really isn't, but 200,000 views would equal a couple $100 back in 2016 money. It would. 200,000 views, you'd get pretty good.
Yeah, you would.
You would in 2016. So this was in early 2017. We have to remember that. So believe it or not, it was actually H3H3 that did the investigation on this. They reached out to the person who owned that channel and asked him, "Hey man, how much money did you get off of this video?" And he's like, "Oh, well, it actually got content ID claimed pretty quickly. I only made like $2." Oh, okay. So then I
remember this.
Then they reached, yeah, right. Then they reached out to the person who content claimed it. And that guy came back and said, "Yeah, the video's only made like $18 because even though it ran pre-roll ads and it had 200,000 views because of all the swearing and the N-word, you
don't really get anything.
Yeah, you don't get it.
Yeah.
So most of us in 2017 that were doing this full time lost 55 to 60% of our fucking income because one video made $20.
Yep, I remember that whole fucking thing. It's unbelievable. Yep.
50 billion in ad revenue pulled from YouTube with 251 companies over $20.
Yeah, the advertisers overreacted, everyone just over fucking reacted, and it's still, and there's still a ripple effect of that. Now it's gotten better in some aspects, like I said, but there's a ripple effect to that, 100%.
Oh yeah. People want to know why I got canceled. I flagged like 13 videos after I was on a live stream with like Keemstar, Quartering, Medicare, Ethan Ralph, James Alsip.
We should do like a director's cut where you sit there and watch that.
Oh no, man! I don't want to go. That's like
Cringe.
The worst moment in my fucking life. I would rather sit through my play button unboxing video where I fucking cried. I'd rather watch that again.
Ah, dude,
there legitimately in that stream. There's apparently a moment where I go silent for like 17 minutes or some shit like that. I go silent for a chunk of time. I have no recollection.
I remember that silence. I saw the stream.
I have no recollection of what happened. 6 years later, I have zero recollection of what happened. I don't know. I didn't even know about it until like a week or so later when someone was like, "Hey, let me ask you, why did you go quiet for like 18 minutes?" And I'm like, "What are you talking about?" And they're like, "You went silent for like a long time."
Because you were probably like, "Oh fuck, they got me."
I think I just blanked. I just fucking popped. It just blew a fucking switch.
Like,
right?
What do you it's at this point he knew he fucked up.
Basically, but at the same time, it's like, wait a minute, because I was being accused at the time of taking down other videos. What you have to remember is, yes, I flagged people, but no video ever actually went down. Like, no one lost any money. No one was aggrieved personally. I just acted irresponsibly. But because of the hype of that stream, I was pulled in there. And
that's all that matters.
That's all that
man.
was, and it was my reaction.
If it hits the right wave, you're going to get butt fucked.
Yeah,
that's just
right.
How it is.
Here's the thing: 6 years on, if I just would have been like, "Yeah, I did it. Fuck them. Who gives a shit?" It would have been a different story. People would have been mad, but it would have blown over. It was because there was blood in the water, and it was because of my reaction. Like, let me give you a little bit more backstory.
If you just owned it, it would have been totally different.
It would have been different. So let me give you a little bit of a backstory, because there's actually a little bit more context to that happened right beforehand, like days before. I wasn't happy. I did not like the content I was making. I was angry at home. I wasn't sleeping very well. And I thought to myself, I need to go see somebody. I need to go get therapy. I have got to do something. Because this is unsustainable for me, mentally speaking. And so when that happened, the moment I do remember is I made the conscious choice to show my screen. I could have dipped out. I could have cut and run. They would have never known. People would have bitched and moaned about it for a couple of days. I could have doctored something. I could have lied. Right? I could have lied.
You could have just said tough shit. Yeah.
I could have said tough shit. I could have lied. I could have cut and run. I could have done whatever. But I didn't do any of those things. All right? I said, yes. I do remember making the conscious decision to show my screen. And that's where the whole, like, look at all those tabs line came from. Or now, wait a minute, Matt. Like, all those fucking memes, quotes, and shit, which in fucking retrospect are pretty goddamn funny. But that's why I made that choice. I was like, oh yeah, okay, I needed to do so. Like I think subconsciously, I was like ready to get that over with, if that makes any sense.
The irony though is didn't fucking Ethan Ralph start flagging people when he got bent?
They've
later
all
on?
been doing it, man. Everyone, like that's the thing. Every one of those guys does it.
They're all hypocrites. Yeah,
they're all
like
hypocrites,
even with blocking on the quartering blocks as many fucking. He won't block me because I would roast him for it. But he blocks more fucking people than Anita Sarkeesian does. But he's of course he's like, yeah, I don't get woke, go broke, bro.
Well, it really is a lot like that. But I can see your chat's not happy. I can dip if you want and get back to fucking shaking them titties.
Yeah, I'm just gonna spread my ass cheeks for them. No, all right, man. Thank you for coming on. It was good talking to you, and I appreciate you. Yeah, it's been a long fucking time, and life changes, huh?
Yeah, I mean, like, I got a 6-year-old, I got a 4-year-old, that's going into fucking kindergarten here in a few months, man. It's like, life has changed. I got a job that I like, helping out with domestic violence abuse shelters for technical stuff for their some of their video work, donating, giving my time, giving back where I can.
And that's all that matters.
Yeah,
it's all right. So you didn't do like YouTube, like, oh no. Like,
I mean, I still make money doing YouTube. I just don't make as much money doing YouTube. I still have an audience. I still talk to them about shit. I still make dumb fucking dick fucking fart jokes all the time. I make jokes about coming constantly and everything else. Right? It's just, the thing is, Rich, I don't give a fuck anymore.
And that helps you. When you don't give a fuck, you make better shit, if that makes sense. When you do give a fuck, people could smell that you give a fuck. I've learned that from my own mistakes. All right, man. Thank you so much for coming on. I'll have you on again. And I will not torture you with that moment in your life.
No, I mean, look, if you want to go through it to give them context, that's fine. I'm just like, that's not something I care about. But I don't hold it against anybody or whatever, man. I get it. It's content, and it's interesting content. If you ever want to see someone crash and burn in real time, and I mean this legitimately. You ever want to watch someone crash and fucking burn, destroy their entire career in milliseconds? There you go. It is really a case study for how to fuck up, how to not fuck up, right? It really is. So.
Yeah, maybe we will. I think we may have watched it. If not, we will watch it because it's an interesting. The whole live stream is interesting. All right, dude.
Yeah. So I'm gonna go do my own stream. But yeah, you guys have fun and
go make that money, dude.
I'll talk to you. I'll talk to you later, buddy. Thank you.
All right, bye. Feel bad. The stream ended up accidentally doxing his wife.
Cry hard, Snort Hogan. Cry hard, Cult of Hate. Keep crying because I was right and you were wrong.
I got the drip going. 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 It's like a faucet that's dripping. You can't make it stop. So what do you want me to do? Have a mute button that every second I'm tapping the mute button just in case I'm gonna have to clear? Like, this is what I mean. These dumb kids. This is what it is. It's dumb kids.